Hello Fortnite Save the World fans. I got my hands on the Tiger, a precision-scoped military assault weapon that has high headshot damage and excellent stability. It's effective at long ranges but difficult to use up close. It doesn't have static perks, so it's going to be really luck of the draw of what you do get on this thing. But what I did notice is something a little interesting when I went into the perk recombobulator. The perk setup's a little different than the weapons that I've been dealing with here. Mine, I was lucky enough to roll on the 4th and 5th perk, headshot damage, so combined with the 6th perk, getting 5 headshots in a row, increases ranged weapon damage, plus 30% for 10 seconds. This thing's going to be a headshot monster. But the other interesting thing that I noticed is, if you look at the 1st, the 4th, and the 5th, it has crit on there, so you're going to have an opportunity to make this thing into a high headshot weapon or a high crit chance weapon. But mine, I wasn't lucky enough to roll an element on it. I did roll physical. I am going to change that down the line. But let's take it out in the field now and see if it's worth leveling up and see if it's worth your time. I have the Tiger in a power level 23 mission. It's at power level 20 right now. I like to take these out in the field and actually see how they perform before I dump a ton of schematic XP into them, because if I do that and I don't like the weapon, it's really a waste of my time, and I don't like to do that, and I do like to do a fair comparison with them. If you look at the design of the weapon, it is really nice. It has a nice military look to it. I love the laser scope. And if you do aim down the sights here, you can see it has a pretty decent view range to it. I'm going to hold in the mouse button. You can see how fast it's firing. Decent fire rate and very accurate. Look at the spread on this thing, not very much at all. So it is going to be very good at headshotting, so I think I am going to leave the headshots on my perks, but the real test is, let's see how it does against some monsters. Here are a few monsters in the distance here. I want to see how the scope performs. I'm not doing very good at hitting him here, but doing a fair amount of damage to these guys, so far so good. Let's see if we could find a few more people to take out here. Here's one of the Husky Husks. Hitting the headshots on here, very impressive. It does seem to do a lot more damage with the headshots, so it is performing as advertised, and they're saying it's not that easy to use at close range, but so far it doesn't seem all that bad. Here's a mist monster here. So far, so good. I think this is going to make a really nice long-range weapon, and I like the fact that it is automatic. I really hate clicking my mouse button. Let's see if I could find something a little bigger to take out. Alright, I found a large group of normal husks here, and let's see how fast I could take these guys out. I'm liking the gun so far, not giving them a real opportunity to get all that close to me here. I love the accuracy, definitely one of the more accurate weapons that I've been using. And I'm going to say, at the closer range here, I'm just not even going to aim down the sights. I'm just going to hold in my mouse and take these guys right out, so really liking the gun for close and long range, so I think with all the perks on it, and I'm going to, like I said before, I'm going to keep the headshots on this weapon. I think it's going to do a fair amount of damage, and with an element, I think it's really going to be a monster. Alright, there's a mist monster out in the distance here. I'm going to try to take him out, and I'm going to see how this does as an encampment killer, but first I want to deal with the big threat here. Let me take this mist monster out. I'm going to hit him at about medium range and see if I could hit a few of these headshots here. Well, if I hit all my shots, I definitely would have had a reload. Now that these guys are getting close, I'm going to pull the scope down and just let the gun do its job. And of course, I could throw out my bear or my skills, but that would be something that I would normally do, but I really just want to test the weapon out at this point. So at close range, you really don't have to use the scope, and it's really nice to have it at long range. It is very accurate. Let's see if I can hit this bee over here. Okay, final test, guys. Couple baseball players up here and a mist monster. Let me see if I can take this thing out without missing too many of my shots anyhow. Alright, I was able to take him out in one magazine there, so not too bad. One shot on the baseball player. Another shot on that baseball player. Definitely loving the accuracy of the gun. Does a pretty decent amount of damage even without the perks on it. So, what do I think of the Tiger? I'm going to give the Tiger 2 thumbs up. I love the high accuracy of the weapon, and it has a moderate rate of fire, and I do like the fact that it is fully automatic, so I'm not clicking my mouse button like crazy. And with the right perks, I think this thing's going to be a monster, especially if you go with the headshot perks, and hopefully you're a little more accurate than I am. Anyhow, guys, I appreciate you watching the video, and I hope you're enjoying the channel so far. If you're enjoying the channel, guys, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's located right down there in the corner. And ask me anything you want in the comments section. I'd be happy to help you out, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.